Yes, sir. I see Zach.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, I told you
That
that.
I was coming back and do another live. The vertical lives do my channel more justice. Sorry if they are long, but I am going to be trying to do some more short form, 10-minute less videos for people to be able to
Digest some of my guys.
So it might be repeated type topics, but I want y'all to be able to get it in 10-minute segments. And I'm not just going to go and chop up and do timestamps for my lives.
But yes, today's
Today's topic, guys, is going to be on 7 guys that I believe that are bounce back candidates.
yes, and my boy Zach
Seaman, he be killing it. He's always on a lot of players that I'm already on. Yes, sir. I see you, Harambe. Always showing support. Appreciate you, bruh.
Yes, sir. So, guys, let's get the likes.
What's up?
I know this is a work night.
So I'm not going to try to hold us up too long, but I'm going to get started on the content. So, the first guy that I believe is a bounce back candidate
It's going to be Kristen Watson.
Watson. Yes, Christian Watson. Guys, let me know how to sound. Let me know if the sound is bad, if it's choppy, if it doesn't sound right. Let me know.
But yes, Kristen Watson is the
Bounce back candidate, guys. So, guys, if you go back to Christian Watson rookie season,
he was scoring more
touchdowns per target than any player that season in any player in NFL history. It was similar to Randy Moss numbers as Randy Moss as a rookie. So that's why I love his upside. I was on him before he even played, as a rookie. I was like, listen, this guy's going to be special. But he started having hamstring injuries
and he's been having them
all throughout his career for 2 to 3 years. But he finally had surgery.
and supposedly
One of his hamstrings was off and they wasn't firing together, if that's how you say it, right? And so hopefully now, guys, if he can get over that hamstring injuries, this guy could be a top 5 wide receiver. And you might say, well, he's not even the number 1 target get on his team. Romeo Dobbs is better, and this guy, guys, when he was healthy, he led this team in receiving, targets, and all. He played against L'Jarius Sneed, who gave Tyreek Hill fits, and he
killed L'Jarius Sneed
from the Kansas
City Chiefs. Had a big time game.
135 yards, I think. TD, about 20, 30 yards rushing. This guy had a phenomenal game. So I think Christian Watson, I'm taking him at his ADP, which is like 7th round in my leagues. I play in a lot of super flex, so I could be a round or 2 off. So I'm taking Christian Watson as my wide receiver 3. Yes, I'm able to get guys like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and then Christian Watson as my number 3 wide receiver, or go 3 or 4 heavy RBs, or maybe a tight end and a quarterback, and then get Christian Watson as my number 1 or number 2 wide receiver with a killer running back crew. Okay, thank you for letting me know, Harambe. So I'm drafting Christian Watson, guys. Make sure you pick him up. Bounce back candidate. I think he could be a league winner. Moving on to my number 2 guy is going to be Rhamondre Stevenson.
Yes, guys,
Rhamondre Stevenson. And the reason why Rhamondre Stevenson is a bounce back candidate, guys, last year he struggled. I think the whole offense was terrible when they benched Matt Jones. It just, everybody struggled after that. They played quarterback carousel with Bailey Zappi and Matt Jones again, and back to Bailey Zappi. I mean, it was terrible. And I think that hurt Rhamondre Stevenson. But what makes me feel good about Rhamondre Stevenson, and we know it, we saw him as a rookie, They gave him a nice deal. The Patriots? Now, listen, we know Bill Belichick is not there any longer. But when have you seen anybody from the Patriots tree want to pay a running back? They didn't pay Josh Jacobs in for the Las Vegas Raiders because that was a lot of the Patriots guys that was left on that staff. Even though Josh McDaniels got fired, they don't pay running backs, but they paid Ramondre. And guys, when he got paid, that moved him up to my top 12 running backs. I mean, because I already liked them, but I didn't know how they was going to use it. I didn't know if they was going to get another running back. I didn't know what they was going to do in New England. And they paid the guy. So this guy's going to get goal line touches. To me, guys, when guys get paid, they're going to get goal line touches. They might not get 300 carries, but they're going to get the goal line. And that's how you look at running backs in this day game. Like, you don't just go off touches. You go off who's going to be scoring the touchdowns. Because you can have 190 touches, but score 12 or 13 touchdowns and be a top 12, top 5 fantasy football player, kind of like Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert, did he even have 200 touches last year? But he still was a top 5 running back. Why? Because he had 18 touchdowns. So Ramondre Stevenson is going to be a bell cow for this team. So you might say, well, they're not going to score a lot. Well, guys, this is the NFL. You want fourth quadrant players. This team is going to be getting better the whole season, and they're going to be trailing. So they're going to be trying to score the whole season. If you get running backs off teams like the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs, these teams are kind of going to say, well, you know what? We up. Let's put our backups in. And you're going to be disappointed with your starters because they're not going to get all the work at the end of the game. Where if you got guys off the New England Patriots and some of these downtrodden teams, they're going to get all that work. So I believe that Ramondre Stevenson, guys, is going to be getting probably 250 to 300 touches, and he's going to be catching 50 to 60 balls. Remember, this guy is good in the passing game. Now, Antonio Gibson is there. He will be getting some work, but I'm still trusting Ramondre Stevenson at his ADP.
So this is a bounce back
player, according to last year when he finished outside the top 12. Heard a lot of people, as far as, because a lot of people draft him in the first, second, not first, but maybe second and third round last year.
I think he's going to bounce back. Yes, sir. David, I see he says
Jahan Dotson. I believe that Jahan Dotson can be a bounce back, bro, but he's not on this list. But that's a great tape. That's a great tape.
I want to really go
with guys that are really, really trusted. It was a lot of guys that was kind of volatile, that was kind of on, I think so, but I just didn't want to throw a bunch of people out here. I wanted to give y'all a real nice, real staple list, right? Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Zach says bounce back player equals Deshaun Watson. I like that. I'm not going to tell you if he's hit on this list or not, but I like that. He says
bounce back
player equals Christian Watson. Right. Harami says Cooper Kupp. He didn't make the list, but he definitely could be bounced back. To me, that's an injury guy. I think Cooper Kupp can play, but it's all about injury. But that still could be a bounce back. But he's not on this list.
Zach says rather take
Zamir White over Ramondre Stevenson. That's a good one, bro. I don't know. I'm probably taking Ramondre Stevenson first because of the ADP, and then I'm gonna try to get Zamir later. I would like to try to get both. They get drafted at the same spot of the draft, okay? And I try to draft both players, right? Facts. CeeDee Lamb versus Bijan or breaching drafts. I'm going, at this point in time, I'm still going Bijan.
Breach than CeeDee Lamb. And you might say, why?
When CeeDee Lamb was the number one, I don't feel great about drafting players that are the heroes of their team. I don't care, even if Tyreek Hill had no Waddle and no Devon A-Chain, just him and Tua, with a couple other older wide receivers, I wouldn't be drafting Tyreek. Maybe in the 1.7 or 1.8 because he's very explosive. He's super explosive. You can't really double team him. He's so explosive. But I don't like that. But right now on this team, if you try to take Tyreek away Devon A-Chain and Waddle and some of these other guys is going to hurt you. So I don't think there's enough weapons on Dallas Cowboys to make me feel comfortable. I think I need to see Jalen Tolbert and Brandon Cook step up. So to me, that's why I kind of faded Jamar Chase last year. I thought it was just Jamar Chase and nobody else. Even though T. Higgins to me is a good number 2. He's a solid number 2 wide receiver.
So I'm going with Bijan.
Even though they say in the news, I think this is a buying. This is a time to buy low on Bijan. I think his stock dropped a little bit. Zach says bounce back Jonathan Taylor and another bounce back James Cook. I want to do James Cook, but I don't know if he's the bounce back. I think he's just a guy that's getting better, that's skyrocketing up rankings. I don't think James Cook never really been bad.
Yes, sir. I see you, Kenny.
Okay, so let's finish this list. Let's go to a couple guys. Okay, the next guy, my number 3 guy, is going to be Derrick Henry. I believe Derrick Henry could be a top 5 running back this year, all because of rushing touchdowns. It's not going to be he's getting 350 carries like he's done in the past. This is going to be a goal line special guy. Lamar Jackson lost 20 pounds this year. Lamar Jackson is going to be throwing for 40 tubs and close to 4,500 yards passing this year. Lamar Jackson could win another MVP this year.
So that's
but Derrick Henry could be a goal line monster. He could have the same amount of touchdowns as Raheem Mostert had last year. I won't be surprised. He's playing on a good offense, and he's actually not the best player on his on the offense for once in his life. So to me, even though he's older, he just needs to be great in 10 yards. Can he be great in 10 yards? Derrick Henry can be great in 10 yards. He's one of the best short yardage running backs in the history of the game as far as on the goal line. So I love Derrick Henry this year. Bounce back. Top 5 again. Not through 150 yards a game, but through 18 touchdowns. And he's probably going to have more touchdowns than he ever had in his career, even when he was younger.
I think
Zach says, how much receiving work do you think Derrick Henry is going to get? I think he's going to catch 30 to 40 passes. I think we're going to be surprised. He's going to be in the game. They're going to give him the ball out in space. That's why I love Lamar passing yards. I think Lamar is going to be passing the ball a lot this year.
Right. I seen him.
Harambe. Yes, sir. Facts. I disagree with that, Jeremy. I don't know if Tony Pollard, he could be. I'm not, he's not on this list. I'm not high on him. I'm not high on Tony Pollard. Okay, let's move on to my number 4 guy. This guy is a quarterback, and it's going to be Kyler Murray. Yes, guys, Kyler Murray. And the reason why I believe that Kyler Murray is going to be a bounce back candidate, guys, when Kyler Murray has been healthy, he's been a top 5 quarterback outside of his rookie season, and he was a top 12 quarterback at that time. So after his rookie season, he's been top 5 when he's healthy. So this year he should be 100% healthy, and he has an alpha on the outside like a Marvin Harrison, and he has a perennial Pro Bowler like James Conner, and he also has a baby Kelsey who's trying to be a top 5 tight end like Trey McBride. And he also has good supporting weapons around him and a nice offensive system that guy came from the Browns. And the Browns has been a top 12 offense most of Kevin Stefanski's coaching tenure there. So that guy came from the Browns. And so I think he's going to help out Kyler Murray. And I think Kyler Murray is going to be elite fantasy football quarterback. And you can be able to get this guy late. Like, he's usually being drafted as a top 5 quarterback. This year he's going as a top 12 guy. That's why I'm waiting late to get quarterbacks. That's why I'm waiting late to get quarterbacks, because guys like Kyler Murray is going late. So why would I go and try to get a top guy when I can get Kyler Murray? I think the quarterback position is very deep this year. Quarterbacks are going to be deep in the NFL, pause, because the game is changing. All quarterbacks are going to be throwing the ball a lot. That's how the game is going to be. It's like point guards. Every point guard in the NFL can pass. All of them averaging about 7 to 8 assists. 7 assists is nothing. If you can get 13, 14 assists a game, then yeah, that's when you elite. If you're getting 350 yards a game, yeah, you elite. 280 yards, 300 yards is not elite anymore. So that's kind of easy. So Kyler Murray, I'm taking that value at his ADP. Bounce back candidate.
Going on to my number 5
guy. My number 5 guy is going to be Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson. Yes, guys. Xavier Leggett as a rookie is having a good count for the Carolina Panthers, but so is Deontay Johnson. And the coaches said that Deontay Johnson is going to be the guy like that. They building this offense around him. That's why they went and got him. And I told people that all season. Now people are on Deontay Johnson. That's how my content is. I'm gonna tell you when I was on Deontay Johnson. As soon as he got traded to Carolina, I said, that's for Bryce Young, so he can get the ball out quick. Deontay Johnson is a phone booth wide receiver. Phone booth wide receiver.
So I love
Deontay Johnson. Make sure you pick him up. Let's see here. Kenny 49er says, hell yes, 10 plus touchdowns for Derrick Henry. Yes. Kenny also says James Cook would be way better this season, in my opinion. I agree. I think this is going to be a running team. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to run the ball more than they're going to throw it. That's going to shock a lot of people. That's what I believe. David, what's going on, David? He says Patriots have a top 10 defense too. Right. And they Gerard Mayo is a good defensive coordinator. That defense, he was like calling plays with Bill Belichick last year. That defense is right. With Kyle Duggar and a lot of those interchangeable parts with Julius, with Peppers. I don't know if I forgot it's not Julius Peppers, but his last name. He got a new deal. He's like a hybrid safety linebacker type guy. Like, this team is dynamic. This team is ready to cover all these hybrid players. It's probably one of the best hybrid defenses in the whole NFL. So I agree that defense is going to be good for the Patriots.
Dale says the
question is, how many points will New England get to score a game? It doesn't matter. To me, I wouldn't look at it that way. I would say probably 17, but I'm still taking Ramondre Stevenson, and I probably would take Jalen Polk and Demario Douglas. I will ask you this: how many points would you think that the Houston Texans was going to score last year? You would thought this was going to be a running team with Damian Pierce and take care of C.J. Stroud, and C.J. Stroud ended up being a top 12 offense. So you got to take that opportunity cost. Now, if this offense was being drafted early, like a lot of these guys were being drafted early, no, but these guys are coming at the end of your draft, so it doesn't matter. Ramondre Stevenson is the only guy that's going to like really has a relevant ADP where you can draft him and miss out on the guy. But I'm still willing to take him as a running back, like 4th, 5th round. I'm willing to take that ADP. That's the way I look at it. The numbers can psych you out. So does it make me smart if Jalen Polk breaks out? I'm going to be honest with you. No, it does not. Does it make me smart if Ramondre Stevenson is a top 5 running back? No. What I did is I took the opportunity calls. I said, people are fading this guy. He's a starter. He got a deal. They're going to give him the ball on the goal line. They have no number 1 wide receiver. I'm drafting Jalen Polk. And they hit. So you gotta go. Same thing with C.J. Stroud. Everybody was drafting the other quarterback, Bryce Young. Everybody was fading C.J. Stroud. So I just drafted him in a couple of dynasty leagues because he was the next best thing in the Superflex. He ended up hitting. Did I know he was gonna be this good? Hell no. But I drafted him and he ended up hitting. And so sometimes that's what you gotta do in fantasy. You're not gonna know every single person who's gonna hit. Nobody knew Justin Jefferson was gonna be great. Jamar Chase, we kind of knew that. Tyreek Hill, nobody knew early in his career when he came out as a running back. So you got to just take these guys and see what happened if they got low ADPs. Let's see. Zach says bounce back player equals Burrow. Man, I wanted to say Burrow, but I think Burrow was good, man. He's elite, but I don't know, man, about his injuries and stuff. I just don't want to go down with that ship. I don't want to make content about him just to give a different player and say, Teddy, you said Burrow. I'm not doing that. I'm going to keep going down and talk about Kyler Murray, some of these other guys that I'll talk about a lot in videos, and that way y'all know these are the guys and I can be accountable. If I make a video about Burrow when he get hurt, y'all ain't going to want to hear me say, man, I really went on Burrow anyway. And so that's why I didn't even want to touch it. I just don't trust Burrow. I need to see him play healthy. Let's see here. Zach says Deontay Johnson going to get hyper targeted. Right. Getting the ball out quick with a young quarterback.
Zach says,
I'm in the 19th round of a slow draft, and Rico Dowdle is still there. Go get him, bruh. Go get that boy. Go get that boy.
Kenny says,
If I only get Neighbors, Deontay, Scary, Terry, Keon, and Robert Seaver, am I getting cooked or should I feel okay? As long as you got good running backs. Getting, like, if you got top two, like you got some real top two running backs, Neighbors and Deontay gonna eat. Neighbors and Deontay gonna eat, and you're gonna be able to let them grow with those really good running backs that you got. So I don't think that's bad. As long as you got good running. He says I'm stacked at running backs. You good then. That's not bad. Don't worry about that. Scary Terry got all the opportunity. Neighbors is the #1 on the team, and Deontay gonna get hyper targeted, and Keon is probably got all the potential in the world, man. Those are great wide receivers. You ain't go with nobody that was like a dead zone wide receiver. Also, go try to see if you can get Jalen Polk or somebody, like, just to help to group those wide receivers to keep working to get the best wide receivers that you can get. Jalen Polk could be the next Puka Nacua. Not saying he's gonna get Puka Nacua numbers, but he could evolve like a Puka Nacua. Rob King, what's up, bro? He said CJ Stroud throw well, right? Nakia, what's up, bro? He says Jabril Peppers, facts. That's the guy, Jabril Peppers, right? That guy like that. He just got a new deal. This is one of the best defenses. They got plenty of hybrids out there covering tight ends and running backs. That's what the game is played in between with the linebackers, the tight ends trying to get a mismatch on a linebacker. But now linebackers can cover. They basically are safeties. They safeties back in the day.
let me see.
Jeremy Clay says, collar to the moon, stacked with McBride. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Zach says the Cardinals offense will be really good this year. I believe so. Get MHJ also for the triple whopper. Yes. That stack. Right.
You can get it. You just going to have to take Marvin
Harrison Jr. early.
Kenny says, I feel like
Collar came back last year just in time to stop his team from getting the first pick and replacing him. Right, he did, bro. Hey, you preaching. He knew what was going on. He said, y'all ain't gonna get rid of me like they did Russell. Last name Wilson. Zach says, I drafted Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray in a super flex. You killed it.
Kenny says Lamar Jackson
probably lose out on a few quarterback sneaks with Henry. Facts. And I'm okay with that. Zach says Deontay Dropson. Hey, that's okay, but drops come and go. Terrell Owens had a lot of drops. But when he caught it, he could get off. I'm okay with taking Deontay because that ain't nobody like relying on him. You actually getting him at an opportunity cost. You're not buying him at his peak. Okay, let's go on to my next guy. My number 6 guy is going to be Saquon Barkley. So earlier when I was on Saquon Barkley, people was like, man, Jalen Hurts. And I'm starting to hear less and less of that. I'm starting to hear Saquon could have a breakout year. Hey, Saquon, I think he's going to be really good this year. I think Saquon might take some carries from Jalen Hurts. Earlier, people were saying Jalen Hurts, man, he's gonna get all that, and Saquon, and he wasn't that good, and all. I'm telling you, they went and got Saquon for a reason.
So Saquon
gonna bounce back. He's gonna be a top 5 running back this year. You seen what DeAndre Swift did. What you think Saquon gonna do when Saquon is better than DeAndre Swift, and he's gonna be catching passes. All right, going on to my number 7 guy. My number 7 guy is going to be Jalen Waddle. Yes, Jalen Waddle. I am getting that triple stack, that triple whopper. Like Harambe said, I'm getting Tyreek Hill, Tua, and Jalen Waddle. Or I'm just getting Devon A. Chain, Tyreek, and Jalen Waddle. Either way, I'm gonna get the explosive plays off this offense. This offense could be one of the, excuse me, guys, can be the greatest show on grass.
They're going to break records.
So excuse me, I love Jalen Waddle this year. Big time player.
So the way I look
Look at fantasy football, guys. A lot of people don't. That's why, and I understand we don't always agree. So when y'all see a Tyreek Hill, you see, oh, he good, he fast, and he's running by everybody. I see that too. But what I see as a defensive coordinator, if I'm a defensive coordinator and I'm trying to stop Tyreek Hill, I'm gonna double team him. I'm not gonna let him get behind my defense. If I do that, I should be fired.
I'm going to make the
Devon A-Chain beat me.
or I might it's either
It's gonna be Devon A-Chain or Jalen Waddle. Or I can say I'm taking away Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and make Devon A-Chain and Odell Beckham beat me. You can't stop it all. It's like chess. You cannot stop all pieces. It's impossible. The only way you can stop all pieces, you're gonna have to be able to know what the offense is calling. So every time you line up in the defense, it's a weakness in the defense. Every single time that the offense can take advantage of. And so you got to try to play chess and try to stay ahead where they ain't calling the play to take advantage of your defense. So I believe Jalen Waddle is going to get a lot of one-on-one coverage because people are going to be trying to take Tyreek Hill away, and he's going to be on the weaker corner, and the defense is going to give that and say, well, let Jalen Waddle beat me. I'm not going to let Tyreek. So that's why I love Jalen Waddle this year, and that's why I'm willing to take him in the second round, which is a little early. It's a little early, but I'm willing to take him. If I could, I would love to get Tyreek, Devon A-Chain, and Jalen Waddle. I'm trying to get that triple stack. Okay, guys. So my bonus guy, I got a bonus guy for y'all. My bonus guy is going to be Deshaun Watson. Zach Seaman guessed it. And the reason why I think Deshaun Watson, guys, is going to be a
bounce back candidate.
Did y'all hear that Njoku's going to be a bigger part of the offense? They said that David Njoku is going to be a big part of the offense. They said they designing plays for him.
I believe Deshaun
Watson, with his experience, is going to be hyper targeting David Njoku and Amari Cooper. And I think Nick Chubb might be to come back and be a good, nice goal line player for them. I don't think he's going to be old school Chubb, but I think he's going to be good enough to make defense have to respect him. And I think Deshaun Watson is going to go out and lead this team and probably be number 2 team in the division. And be maybe a top 4, be a top team in the AFC. I think Deshaun Watson going to ball out. I think he's going to throw for 4,000 yards, about 32, 35 touchdowns, be very efficient. Take off running, probably score about 6 rushing touchdowns.
So David Njoku,
guys, I've been telling you about David Njoku. I know y'all worried about the targets. I get that. I can't act like that. You can draft any guy just because they're good. If they ain't getting no targets, they ain't going to do anything. We see that with Kyle Pitts. I can't leave that type of ability on the table. Because if they break out, I'm going to be sick. So I love Deshaun Watson this year. I think he's going to be he's a great value. Great value. Kenny says, I'm just seeing how long I can wait on wide receivers. Yes, you can wait. It's deep at wide receivers, but you just got to make sure your team is stacked. And you can get rookie wide receivers for the 4th quadrant. By that time, you in the 4th quadrant, you can have two top 5 wide receivers that are rookies, and you got killer running backs. It's not always a skin a cat, bruh.
Harambe,
appreciate that, bruh. He says
triple whopper.
New saying for the triple stack. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that,
bruh.
Sam says
Watson is all yours, man. He's mentally broken. Time heals all wounds. That's what I say to you, Sam. But Sam, I like what you're saying. I'm not gonna disrespect what you're saying. I do think that Watson was going through a lot mentally. But I think time heals all wounds. And then as a man, when you are an athlete, I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all see me always saying, all right, I was on this guy. No matter what happens, I'm gonna come out swinging. I'm gonna take things and try to be better because I'm an athlete. That's the mindset. That's why you get this jock mentality. And a lot of people say, man, you are a narcissist. Usually that are athletes. And athletes, man, they're not gonna stay down. They can't do it. They can't live with themselves. I don't care what they got to do. I don't care if they got to start a business. Look at Kobe. Kobe, he tore his Achilles. He couldn't come back and play basketball. What'd he do? Started being great, teaching his daughter how to play basketball. Started making movies, being great. He started businesses. Deshaun Watson's going to bounce back, even if he got to go out and take off running and put his body on the line. He's going to do what it takes to win games. He might not be Deshaun Watson where he's throwing for 80-yard bombs, but he's going to go out there and get it done. And he's good enough because of his mental ability to go out there and do what they need to do when you got a great offensive coordinator like Kevin Stefanski. That's why I'm banking on him. I just don't think he's going to lay down. I think he's got over. You know what? They want to call me the R word. I'm okay with that. I'm about to show y'all then. And when I finish my career, and I'm gonna come out, and I'm gonna tell y'all what really happened. And all these women y'all gonna see when they come out, and y'all gonna hear about them trying to target me and they just wanted my money. And I never did anything to anybody. I just had relationships with them.
That's
How I see it.
right, Sam.
God
God.
does heal. Correct. Let's see here. Kenny says Jabril went to my high school. Okay. Where you from, Kenny? Where you from? Kenny says Poke is there late for sure. Right.
Zach says,
Okay, yeah, we did that one already. Tron says, with a $200 auction budget, what's the max you'll spend on Tyreek, Sun God, and B. John? I love that you said that. I think we talked about that. And I'm glad you gave me the number. 50. I spend 50 on each one of them, and I go over if I got to. Bro, you don't need them about $20 to fill out the rest of your lineup. Trust it. You might think I still gonna need a quarterback, bro. You gonna be able to get an elite quarterback like a Matthew Stafford or a Jared Goff for $1 or $2. So I would spend $50 to $55 on all three of those guys. I'm gonna spend the most to get them. I'm outbidding everybody. I'm not gonna spend no $100. Don't spend $100 on them. If somebody go to 100, let them get them because they don't spend all their money. But I'll go up to about 55, maybe 60. Especially for a Tyreek Hill in a redraft or the Sun God in the redraft. I'll go 50, 55 is 55, and you might be able to get some of them for 48, 47. Because they're gonna want these other guys. They're gonna want Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. So I'm 55, bro.
great question.
Tron. Great question. Because I play in the auction league, so I know about this. I tried to go safe and try to get a bunch of players, and I overdrafted a lot. Like, I hit too many guys, and I should have just got super studs. I'm like, but Tyreek, I love Tyreek, but he's going for too high. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm gonna pay what it takes to get the player that I know is gonna ball out. It's the
Three pillars.
all you need is three pillars, and the rest of the guys they're gonna be cheap enough for you to get them
With all the sleepers out there.
there. Robbie says Russell, last name Wilson. Dangerous is what Kenny says. Zach says Saquon to the move. Definitely top 5 unless there's a crazy injury. Facts. Don Mega Mayweathers. What's up, bro? Glad to see you here. It's been a long time no see. He says, any suggestions for where to move a new fantasy football league to? Sleeper. Sleeper is the best, bro. Sleeper is the best.
Sleeper taking over.
I got a couple leagues on I got one league on ESPN and one league on CBS. I do it because I'm playing against some people from my home. But all my leagues, my listener leagues, they on Sleeper. And guys, sign up as a member so you can play in my listener leagues. I got free leagues. I should have started my leagues today, guys. I've been so busy with work and stuff. Coming back off vacation and trying to catch up with work is tough.
But I will. Those free
Leagues are coming, and we can start drafting as soon as the leagues fill up. And I'm providing the prize.
Kenny says, "Do you love
Travis Etienne at the right ADP?" That's like asking me about a girl that I'm dating. For the right situation, man, I give any woman a chance. And y'all might say, what? I ain't doing that. Okay, so when apocalypse, something with the end of the world, if it happens, I want you to say, nope, that woman ugly. I want y'all to say that. So if Travis Etienne falls to you to the 4th round, I want you to say, nope, I don't want him because it's Travis Etienne.
you have to look at it that way?
So if it's only one woman left and we're on an island together, she can be 500 pounds. I'm gonna do me.
Long as she's healthy
Healthy and clean, right? You get what I'm saying, right? I'm not gonna kill myself, but I don't care. So I would draft any running back that's gonna be a starter at the right ADP. And I'm taking Travis Etienne in the 2nd round. No, I'm not taking Travis Etienne in the 2nd round. Would I take him in the 3rd round? Probably. Just depends on how I'm building my team. 4th round, probably. 5th round, yes. That's killer value. Kenny says, I played Yahoo since 2002. Yeah, I know I got a couple friends that like Yahoo. It's okay. I don't really like Yahoo. Kenny says, Deshaun, Amari, Chubb, and Joku. Yes. Chubb, I'm kind of waiting late. I'm not taking him early. I think he could be a 4th quadrant guy, maybe. I'm not really drafting him, though. Don says, I've been on Yahoo since 14. Yeah, man, I think you should go to Sleeper. Sam says, Watson is mentally broken. Yep. Zach says, my running back rankings right now, number 1 is B. John. Okay, I agree with that. Number 2 is Breach. Number 3, CMC. Number 4, Saquon. Number 5 is Henry. Number 6, Gibbs. Number 7, Kyron. Number 8, A-Chain. Number 9, Zamir. Number 10, Ramondre. Number 11, Pacheco. 12, ETN. Bruh, very, very similar. Just a few guys different. My A-Chain is different. A-Chain and Gibbs. And Pacheco. Those are the only guys that's different, man. I love your list. Simpson, Times Hills for sure. Wouldn't doubt it. Right. Number 10, James Cook.
Sam says Watson cares
Cares too much about what people think of him. No, bruh, we all care. We all care. It's just certain people. It's just a matter of who's in your corner. He's not married. He got a family, hopefully, right? But we all care about what people think to a certain extent. We human. I think he's gonna be okay. Kenny says, I like Henry before Saquon. I don't. I like Saquon before Henry. Zach says, yeah, now Saquon greater than Henry. I agree. Kenny says, Ravens are good versus the NFC. They are. Sam says, SA apologists, like I said.
right.
Right.
Right. I think I know what you mean by
The SA. Kenny says, Catholic. Okay. Paramius Catholic. That's where you pay. That's where you and Jabril went to school at. Okay. Sam says, you think a rich brother can't commit? I don't want to get into that too much, Sam. Definitely they can. Definitely they can. But you got to use context. And me and Arambi talked about this in a video before. And I think this is a culturally different thing. In my culture,
just because you are
being
sleeping around
with different women and you're not married, doesn't mean that you are essaying people. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to get too far in there, but I get what you're saying. But if not, I'm not gonna do that on this live. Zach says I don't like auction drafts. I like them because I think it makes you be elite. You don't get the draft to fall into your lap.
Kenny says don't sleep on sleeper.
Zach says everyone go join the Best Ball Dynasty IDP League. All you gotta do is become a member, just $1. We waiting for everybody to join so we can draft. Arami says Yahoo and Sleeper are the best in my opinion. Young Bobber. He says, if I send a donation, can I finally say yes?
If you send a donation.
Appreciate you being here, bro. Coach Production says, I like MHJ to maybe be the top 10 in fantasy wide receivers. I don't think that's crazy. I'm not taking him at his 80 P. I'm waiting till the third round, and he's not lasting there. Zach says, I forgot to mention James Cook and Alvin Kamara in my rankings. They both top 12 for sure. Right. I like James Cook and I like Alvin Kamara too. Bro, we like the same players.
Tyler, what's up?
He said, where is Best Ball for IDP? I didn't know that was available. Right. I got a league for that, bro. All you got to do is become a member, and you can join that league, and we can do a Best Ball Dynasty with IDP. Kenny says, I wish Alvin wasn't missing games. He is solid. I don't know if he's going to miss games. They might trade him. And if they trade him, I think his value is still going to be really good. Dirk Boy says, I love auction drafts. I do too. All right, guys. Well, listen, I guess I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Like I said, I want to do more videos. It just takes a long time to edit the videos to get them to where, sometimes I want to edit and put the pictures in there. Harami says, would you go hero RB in a draft? Yes, I would. I go any strategy. I go in, depending on what's on the board, any strategy.
All right, guys. Well, listen.
Y'all be safe. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to try to do more videos, 10-minute short videos. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm off to do mocks till 3 a.m. Do you have a draft strategy for early rounds and IDP? Yes, not really a strategy, but it's zigging when people are zagging. So if everybody taking running backs and wide receivers, depending on the scoring format, I might go and take a linebacker. If linebackers are scoring similar to running backs, I would take a linebacker. I'm always trying to be the first one in. I call it my sloppy seconds draft strategy. I guess I got to do that video over again. That was a really good video, really good live. And it was 4 drafting strategies that I apply. And one of them was called no sloppy seconds. And I don't want to take middle tier guys just because everybody else is doing it. So if I got to draft the middle tier guy, I might go get the first best tight end. I might go get a Sam Laporta. Thanks, Tron. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Kenny. Yeah.
It's called draft.
Go to my channel and put in draft strategy, and it should pop up. And it should call 4 drafting strategies. I did it this year.
It might be
a live, so it could be long. I apologize, but I'm gonna do more short form videos. I just need y'all to make sure y'all support the videos and hit the like button and share them if I'm gonna do them. The only videos right now or lives that I get respect on are the vertical lives from my phone. That's why I do a lot of them. So if you want shorter videos, guys, make sure you hit the like button, comment, put the 100 symbol. Let me know that you're supporting it.
All right, y'all guys
be safe. Peace.